block, and then we have ready suspend and block suspend, right? So in Linux, this is the way it implements it. You have running and ready basically put into one group. So it says running and runnable. So runnable is by ready. Okay, so from running and runnable, the process may go to uninterruptible sleep when it receives IO just now. And when it gets the IO, it goes back to running and runnable. And from there also it can go into incorruptible sleeps. That is when it receives what we call signal in Linux. Like I said last time, is a topic by itself, signal programming in Linux. There are a bunch of signal. And when they receive those signal, means they again can go back to ready. And once the CPU selected them, so they'll be running. And again, another possible state that will go is what we call the signal stop state. Stop means we stop the process, means we as the user or even the kernel can issue a special signal, we call it sig stop. Well, logically, you might want to think, why do you want to stop a process? Well, sometimes when we open too many applications, right, we feel our system slows down. So to give way to process which has high demand, then we might stop the other process for a while. Okay, and then the last one is zombie. Basically, once the process is done, right, but the parent has not collected its exit status. Just a revision of previous Wednesday lecture. Okay, so we go next. Okay, which command displays real-time CPU and memory usage of process? Industrial training, the answer is correct, right? Top will display the dynamic nature of your process with respect to what's running on the CPU right now, its memory usage, and by right, many more. You can even change the what is being displayed by HTOP dynamically. Very useful tool. Next one. Okay, dynamic real time, we give the answer already. Now, what's the purpose of weight system call? Weight. The child doesn't issue weight for the parent. Only the parent process issues weight to the child. I'm not happy with your response, which tells me you guys maybe didn't take up the challenge to execute those. Okay, be my guest to explore more instead of what being asked in the assignment. You will need those. Okay. Yeah, parent issues weight to the child. Now, which Linux command lists open files used by a process? It lists down the open files used by a process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The answer is correct. LS stands for list, O for open, F for file. List open file. Okay. List all open file descriptors, socket, and device used by a process. For your information, in Linux, it views everything as a file, your devices, whatever. Because for one simple reason, all these devices that we have, all these components connected to your machine, files is obvious, it's a file, right? But other things, because basically what we do with all these devices is either we read from them or we write to them. So read and write means we are reading and writing to file. So Linux represent everything as a file. So when you say list open files, it lists basically everything that Linux, that particular process opens or accessing at a particular time. Okay. Now, quiz question again. What is the nice value range in Linux? Maybe I didn't talk much on this. The value is be -20 to positive 19. Someone's opening the microphone. Nur Haikal Hakim, tolong switch off your mic. Thank you. Oh, Haikal. Okay. What is the nice value range in Linux? Well, the answer is -20 and +19. This has to do with priority. Okay. So basically, if you are +19, means you're Robin Raj, your microphone, please switch off. Robin Raj, please switch off your mic. What are you doing? You're supposed to be listening to lecture. +19 means +19 means you are the nice guy. You're very nice to the other process. Means you always let other people's runs first. Okay, -20, you're very not nice. You always demand that I go first. Okay, that's a priority level for non-real-time process. Real-time process, we'll talk them in real-time class next semester. Okay, what is a nice value? The highest priority, as explained just now, right? First question, which command modifies the priority of an already running process? The answer is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. IO nice. Not really. The answer is B. Lim Kaizi got the right answer. Nice. Okay, so Oi Genkin get 1 marks. The IT group get 2 marks. And what about CHRT? What is that command for? Try on Linux machine. What is it? In fact, you can open the manual. Man CHRT. It tells you what is CHRT for. Okay. The process waiting for this in IO is typically in which particular state? Ta-dang. This is with respect to Linux. Okay. The answer is what? Waiting for this IO. It's uninterruptible sleep, which is C. Yeah, process is uninterruptible sleep, waiting for input output. In this case, is the disk. I have a lot of questions to share, so yeah, I'm going fast. Which of the following commands can terminate the process by its PID? The answer is 1, 2, 3. Correct. The answer is A, kill PID. Okay, kill is the command. In fact, it's a function that you can also call in your program. Okay. One more. Okay. So kill PID. All right. The all right. Sorry about that. Oh, my system the hand brother. Come on. All right. Next, the answer is a QPI, sends a termination signal to stop a specific process. Means you kill and then write the PID of the process. Now, what happens when a signal stop signal is sent to a process? What happened to that process? What's your answer? 925. Is that your answer, Kaizi? You guys lupa tak nombor soalan kan? Oh, tak ada nombor ya, sorry. Yeah. The process moved to a stop state. Very obvious. Signal stop means stop, right? We explained just now the concept, and now this is giving you the specific signal. My alternate that is not working anymore. All right. Now, which tool trace system calls made by a process? The answer is A. Why don't you try to issue that command on your machine? First, you might want to type man strace so that you understand what does it do. Okay. Export to BBM. Do you guys see my screen?
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah, again, the same question with slightly different. You guys know the answers to this, right? Which of the following best define the process in Linux? A file stored in memory, a program in execution, a thread running in user mode, a kernel function call. So the answer is what? B for boy, right? The process represents the running and all of that. Okay, as you guys know it already. All right, command reference. Why don't you guys try to issue this command? The first one, ps -ef. What do you guys see? What information is being shared? Anyone? Yeah, what do you get to see? Kindly respond whether it means audio or right. What the it's processed, but yeah, more detailed. So you have what? UID, PPID, PID, C, S time, TTY. What is TTY here? Time CMU, time CMD, right? So what is E and what is F? Open your Linux manual, man PS. Look for what is E, what is F. I think this will help you guys to opens up the manual and learn some of these important commands they will need. I'm a bit disappointed because all the time I see response from the same person. I hope you guys the rest are also doing. No, I'm responding. It's not a 1% per group answer. Minus E show process for all users. For all users. What about minus F? The full formatting list. So full formatting will give you what Lin Kaizi has already responded. Okay, now why don't you type PS minus EO as shown in the screen? Where is Ayman? He used to respond, but today he keeps silent.
Ada saya.
Ada saja, buat apa? Tidaklah. Buka ada Linux. What about the others?
Buka
Ladies who used to respond, group 4 people. They was on the leading, but today they keep silent. No answer whatsoever. Group 2. Yeah, so what do you see? PS minus EO. You get custom output, so you can set what information about process that you want to display, right? And then PS minus forest, it just gives you a hierarchical display of the processes. All right, enough of talking. Now, which command display all process in full detail, including user PID and command? You guys know the answer already, right? PS minus EF for that. Okay, provide detailed view of all running process in a full formatted output. Now, again, saying the same thing. What about the last option there? PS minus capital C. Then followed by your command. Why don't you guys try that one? Check out how to use it. Give you guys 1 minute. Who knows, one day one of you become system admin at your company, then I bet you will need all this people who knows the in and outs. Most of the machines in industry runs on Linux. If they are not directly linked, they are developed on top of Linux. So when you go to the lower level, yes, is the Linux kernel running? So all these commands can be used. In fact, people who are good at these are the hackers. It can be white hat hackers or even black hat hackers. Hopefully you guys are not that type. Okay, quiz question again. You want to visualize the hierarchical relationship among process. Which command is more suitable? You guys know the answer, right? What's the answer? The answer is 1, 2, 3, 4.
G1B.
Yeah, it's PS3. Thank you. Okay, now what about pgrep? all the way below, and PS minus capital A over there. What are those? Coba. No, let's go on. pgrep select specific. Have you guys tried with the command? Open your menu, how to issue pgrep. And it says select specific. So how do you specify a particular process? By its ID or by what? Mana lagi Nur Ain tu selalu jawab. Hari ni diam. Ada ke tak ada ni? I hope you guys are trying on your machine at this. Thanks to Channel Quay and Ayman and Omar Khairi responding for this question. And also Lim Faizi. Oops. Yeah, you can still do it already. PS3 minus P, it shows the process ID. These are some small note from the manual. It shows the command line arguments. K minus A minus U, which is user, shows the process owner. I think PS4 is, you guys know it already. Okay, you want to find the process ID of the running process named SSHD. Which command should you use? I believe you guys want to try this command on your machine. It's not very straightforward. The more you try, the more you learn. Okay. Any answer? Yeah. Group 3 answer is B, Bangkok. We can clean. Okay, pgraph SSHD will give you that. What about the rest? Yeah. So not only B, A also can be used. So both PID off and pgraph SSHD can be used. Okay. The process ID of running services or applications basically processed in your machine. So that's how to use your pgraph and poff command. Okay. You want to take note on that. I hope you guys already start to do your assignment. Now, before I forgot, okay, with regards to your assignment, I write in the WhatsApp on the script part, right? Basically, okay, for assignment 1, if you have downloaded, you'll see there are part A and B. Part A and B. So for each part, on your Linux machine, you should write script part A. Okay. So, and then after that, you issue whatever commands that you want to issue to do the assignment. So what happened? Everything that you write after the script will be recorded in a file. Names, in this case, the name you give is part A. So once you're done with your part A, okay, then at the end you can type exit. So everything that you write in between script part A and exit will be recorded in a file called part A. Okay. Yes, channel Quay, you're asking something?
So I think you're not sharing your screen. Is this
Yeah, I'm not sharing. I'm not sharing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sharing. I just typed dekat chat dekat sini. Sorry, I haven't pressed enter just now. Okay. So for assignment 1, there are part A and part B. So for each part, before you start, on the command line, you should type script part A or part A, and then you start issuing whatever commands that you want to execute based on the question given to you. All right. And of course, you can, in understanding those questions, you might be entering other commands also. That's fine. I don't mind. Basically, everything that you do to answer the assignment, everything will go in part A script. And let's say you buat partial after part A tak habis pun, you take a break, you exit. So later you come back and see it, you give the same script name. So what we will do is you will open the file and continue recording from there. Okay, so this script that you have, you should submit it as an appendix to your assignment later on. Okay, the assignment will be submitted as PDF. So does part B. Okay, so this will be a proof that you actually do your work. I know this assignment can be easily done if you plug in into some AI tools, but you learn zero, and I don't want you to fail the midterm and your final exam. Right? So learn from your assignment. Okay, if after you execute the command, then you want to use AI to get more in-depth explanation, then be my guest. But the learning process should happen. Basically, you should learn. All right? Use your AI tool to learn, not just to provide answer for you and submit. Lately, not lately, a few days back, there was news, right? One guy graduated with very good CGPA, hired. He scored almost 89% out of 100. This is so CGPA wise will be around 3.5, but get fired after 6 months. What happened? Because he knows nothing. All the while during 4 years of study, been using AI without the detailed kernel level information of a process, including memory and file descriptors. What should we use? Well, we know PS minus EF. What does it do? You know what does PS minus 3, sorry, PS3, what does it do? You also know LSOF, what does it do? What about CAT, PROC, PID status? So yeah, that's the answer, right? The PROC file system is a dynamic file system. Okay, it provides a live view into the kernel. Each process has a directory under the PROC and then followed by the process ID. It's a dynamic file system. So it tells you dynamic information about your process at the kernel level. Okay, so be my guest to explore those. Cat PROC, PID, and then you have status command line maps FD. Take a snapshot of that, and then after this, play with those. First question more. Which command lists all open files used by a process? PID 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer is what? B, LSOF. You know that already, right? Yeah. Some commands related to LSOF. So very interesting. All these commands hackers use. Like I said, white hat hacker to basically monitor the safety of your network. All right, and even the intranet within. Okay, quick question, some more. You need continuously updating display of a process CPU and memory usage. Which one should you use? Well, PS is static, top is dynamic, VM stat. Well, that is dynamic or static? What about HTOP? HTOP and top are both dynamic. The answer is donkey. Well, top will also work, either D or B. All right. So some shortcuts to HTOP, F6, F9, F4. Okay, you can also change the frequency of updating in top and HTOP. So check out for that. It'll be very interesting if you learn all these tiny mining tools. You don't even need the Linux GUI interface if you know all this. So do it much faster. Okay, try all this. MPNT, which top option solves the display by memory usage? All of them do something with top. Okay. Command reference, top npkl, so basically kill process. So all these questions designed to actually educate people on what's important. Okay, what you should learn. Which command shows detailed per process statistics? Ini you guys tahu dah jawapannya, kan? Every 2 seconds. Oh, there you go. Which one is the answer? Anyone? I've got it. Or give a shot on your machine. Someone answers B, someone answers A. Nasser says B. Hopefully you guys are running the command and you can see the effect, right? So what's the answer? All right. So PID stand, which stands for System Statistics, interval-based CPU memory usage per process ID. Okay. So you see there are so many interesting commands. So if you want to develop an application, knowing all these commands, these are the functions that you call to develop whatever tools in Linux, okay, to show some statistic and maybe the tools and display all kinds of fancy things. But on the background, these are the things running. Those interfaces are just for user to view. All right, we're almost coming to the end. All right, looking at all these commands, you will say, well, there are so many of them, hundreds of options. Am I supposed to memorize them? The answer is no, but you should know the names of the command in general, what they do, because in reality, once you use, during using it, if you need to use whatever for specific reason, for example, you should know what is dstat, what does it give you? Like just now with dstat, what does it give you, right? ISOF, what does it give you? I'm not particular about the options because we can always plug in the manual, okay, on your machine. The intent is not for you to memorize all the details options, but of course, once you start doing issuing command frequently, then you get it. Okay, but the names, you should know what it does in general, so you can always refer to the manual. So as far as midterm exam, final exam is concerned, I may ask this kind of question, basically the command itself without the options. Okay, I'm not that crazy to put you guys into all the possible hundreds and maybe thousands of different options. Okay, I think that's about it for today. You guys have any questions with regards to your assignment, especially which is due coming Sunday night? Today is Friday, Saturday, so within hardly 48 hours, you guys are due to submit your assignment. Any questions, anyone? Ada. All right, so beginning next week, our class will be most probably face-to-face. I'll update you guys. Okay. Thank you very much, and Assalamu alaikum. Have a nice weekend as a student.
Dokter,
Yeah.
katanya assignment tu bukan 2 November baru submit ke?
2 November ke saya kata dalam sistem.
Sistem tu cakap 2 November.
Sekejap. Oh betul lah, sorry. Sunday next week kan. I give you 1 week basically. Apa?
Okay, thank you.
But I would advise you guys, since you get time this week, because next week we will cover new material on scheduling stuff. So, and then after that, we have another assignment on that. So, kalau you delay, I think this is the best time for you to work because hopefully these things are still fresher in your mind as compared to you start working next week when new materials comes in. Okay. Anyway, you plan your work. Okay, just a peringatan kepada siapa yang maybe have not registered for the class, because I'm taking attendance from your Google Meet here. They will send me a list of who log in when, for how long you stay in the group. I find some names who are not registered. So if you need my signature, whatever, you can, I think last day to meet is Monday, right, to add the course. So you can come to office Monday and I'll sign for you. I think after that will be a bit trouble for you to add costs. All right, that's about it. Thank you very much.